Ahmed. I welcome you all to this very important 15th General Assembly of the Nigerian Young Academy. I'm particularly delighted to note that the conference theme for this year addresses multi-sectoral and multidisciplinary. We're talking about interdisciplinary pathways, integrating art, science, engineering, education, humanities, health, and whether you are a theater artist or a musician, all subject areas have to do with what we are doing.
Lion mode.
And so, this call to our understanding of the interplay of disciplines and the unity of knowledge. And I'm hoping that during this conference, various scholars will address various themes with the conference theme. Ahmadu Bello University is very focused on promoting intellectual discourse, the exchange of ideas, knowledge. And so any activity that seeks to promote knowledge, that seeks to deepen our understanding of knowledge, is something that the university will always support. And so the university was excited, happy to support the effort of the Nigerian Young Academy in organizing this conference. I want to assure other young or other organizations in the university that the university is very open to support any effort that will lead to the promotion of knowledge and the interaction of ideas. So this morning, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to welcome you all to this very important conference. As we listen to the various presentations, I implore you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. Sir, please can we once again put our hands together for the Vice Chancellor. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I also acknowledge the presence, at the same time invite the High Table, the Chairman of the Nigerian Young Academy of Science, to announce the presence of someone very prominent today, nearly a member by the United Nations Secretary General to
this 15th International Conference of the Nigerian Young Academy here at the Ahmadu Bello University, institution where I graduated from Faculty of Engineering 46 years ago, 1979. This 15th conference of the NYA, which is opening today, actually inaugurated on 2010 after the Executive Council of the Nigerian Academy of Science, where I am president, approved the establishment of the Young Academy in May of that same 2010. Nigerian Academy of Science, for those who are not aware, foremost independent scientific body in Nigeria, which was established in 1977. It has a total membership since inception, comprising 309 fellows, just fellows. We don't have members, just fellows. And these fellows are accomplished and distinguished scientists covering different areas of sciences and applied sciences, that is in engineering, medicine, architecture, and so on and so forth, all science-related areas. And the aims and objectives of the Academy of Science,
Kano State, His Excellency Ahmadu Abdulsalam Gorzo, here ably represented by the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Kano State, Dr. Yusuf Ibrahim Ofarmata. Please can we put our hands together for him while he comes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Commissioner of Education, Kaduna State, my senior, Professor Abubakar Sani, the Vice Chancellor, who's a novel, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, heavily represented by the DVC academics, the first son of Senior Professor Raymond Bako, Professor Rabia Said, who happened to be the plenary speaker, also Professor Ganiru, and the Peter Okoli, and all other members of these important gatherings of the Nigerian. I'm here before you representing His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, Comrade Alhaji Aminu Abdulsalam Gorzo, who is unavoidably absent, and directed me to represent him. Maybe because I'm also a younger academic, but I don't know my position. I don't know if you can induct me in our universities. So we need to do a lot, and you have a lot of tasks to do, Mr. President. So for this, I urge you to make people much more aware about this very important organization, because surely it will motivate the young academics organization. Through your mission and vision, and also the objectives of this organization are very much sure that it great. And you can possibly change Nigeria. But I want you to be rest assured that the transformation of Nigeria is quite far beyond the university. You need to engage the community, and the major responsibility of any academics is to engage in teaching, research, and community services. And that aspect of community services is often being forgotten. So we need to revive that culture. We need to see that we bridge the gap between theory and practice, and we need to transform knowledge into action. If what we are studying in the university and the other institutions of learning will not transform our lives, our attitudes, and our nation, then that knowledge is not even important to our lives and to our nation. So we need to be much more actionable academics. Guide our students, mentor the young lecturers, and also behave as an exemplary academic masters in all our endeavors. So with this in mind, And in the name of God, on behalf of His Excellency, my senior and also my mentor, Comrade Ahmadu, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, I declare this conference open. Thank you very much. I will not speak much because naturally ABU is ahead of you naturally. So something naturally you cannot, there's no cure for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And before moving to the next item on the agenda, with the permission of the chairman, may I also acknowledge the presence of the Director of Schools, or rather Director of Public Schools, Kaduna State Minister of Education, Malam Mukhtar Mogi. You're welcome, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, next item on the agenda is the keynote address. And before I call on the keynote speaker, at this point, I'll hand over the proceedings of the conference to the chairman of the occasion. Please, let's put our hands together for the chairman.
As the MC has mentioned, Deputy Vice Chancellor, keynote address, which is supposed to capture the entire range of activities of and guidelines the way senior is thinking, so that in the subsequent sessions, this important conference take forward. But I am encouraged to believe that NYA is a very good setting, good for our country, from the type of people I've seen, from what I've browsed through documents prepared, bringing youth, very high potential youth, right chunk. We'll be pleased to see their nominations to become fellows of the Nigerian Academy of Science. As I mentioned in my brief speech, the Nigerian Academy of Science did what was necessary to ensure NYA was correct. And it is therefore our own hope to continue mentoring the members of NYA. Like I said, potential number on fellows of Nigeria. And with this, I would want to invite the DVC to make his presentation. I'm sure he will not use up to 45 minutes given, because we lost so much time at the very beginning. I'm sure we'll make it in about 30 minutes, so we can move on to the rest of the event, especially the induction, which is very important. So, DVC, over to you.
Thank you very much, sir. We shall now invite the General Secretary of the Academy to read the citation of Professor Ahmadu.
Thank you, Mr. Born on March 6, 1958, is a distinguished academic and administrator currently serving as Vice Chancellor academic at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Nigeria. His educational journey began at Ekwa Primary School, Kavansha, from 1965 to 1971, followed by secondary education at Kupana College, Zaria, from 1972 to 1976. He then proceeded to Katsina College of Arts, Science and Technology, Zaria, where he completed interim joint matriculation board, IJMB studies. Professor Baku earned a Bachelor of Arts in Education History from Ahmadu Bello University in 1982, obtaining a master's degree in Philosophy of Education from Jos in 1988. His academic pursuits culminated in a PhD in Philosophy of Education from the same university in 2007. Professor Baku joined Ahmadu Bello University as an assistant lecturer in 1990 and steadily progressed through the academic ranks, becoming a professor in 2013. His career has been marked by significant achievements, including a Fulbright Scholar at the University of Maryland, College Park, United States of America in 1998. He also, yes, you can do better, yes. He also served as the national president of the Fulbright Alumni Association of Nigeria from 2010 to 2014, demonstrating his commitment to fostering academic collaborations and leadership. Beyond his administrative responsibilities, Professor Bako has been deeply involved in research and curriculum development. He played a key role as the Pioneer Center Director of the African Center of Excellence on New Pedagogies in Engineering Education, SMP, at the Ahmadu Bello University, where he contributed to innovative teaching strategies and pedagogical advancement. His research focuses on enhancing engineering education through new teaching methodologies, including the use of desktop learning modules in engineering education in African universities. As the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics, Professor Bako is responsible for overseeing the university's academic programs, ensuring the maintenance of high educational standards, and facilitating curriculum development. His leadership continues to drive the university's mission of academic excellence and innovation, reinforcing ABU's position as a leading institution in Nigeria. With his extensive experience in education and administration, he remains a key figure in shaping the future of academic learning at Ahmadu Bello University and beyond. On this note, distinguished leaders in our midst, members of the Nigerian Young Academy, we welcome on board Professor Raymond Bako. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for the flattering introduction. Sometimes you just want to be who you are, just yourself. But it speaks to the very important nature of academic excellence, which the Nigerian Young Academy typifies. And as they set up our slides, I just want to share that as young men and women, you need to have focus. And having focus, you need to be disciplined. If you are not disciplined and you don't have a focus, you cannot achieve much in life. And for me, that has been my experience. And I can assure you that hard work does pay. It may not pay you immediately, but down the road, it will definitely pay you. So when you are given assignments by your mentors, when you are pushed to the wall, sometimes you might complain, but honestly, it is in your best interest. And for those of you, especially the younger colleagues who attended boarding schools of old, I attended a boarding school that we are proud to say that if you can survive that school, you can survive anywhere in the world. And because it was a school that was known for very strict discipline and seniority. And so you must learn to climb on the steps and the shoulders of those ahead of you. And so humility, self-discipline, hard work are the key ingredients to becoming successful in life. I want to congratulate the members of the Nigerian Young Academy for the successes you have achieved. I'm also happy to say that the outreach officer of my center, Dr. David Obada, is also a member of the Nigerian Young Academy. He has been very, very active. SMP has always supported whatever efforts he's making. And he's one of those very promising, very articulate young academics that we have at the university. The African Center of Excellence on New Pedagogies in Engineering Education, where you are having your activities, is a World Bank supported Center of Excellence. It's a $5 million project, and it's a collaboration between the Faculty of Education and the Faculty of Engineering. So, like you rightly heard, my background is in education, and I'm the center director of that center, which is a center that is focused on engineering education. And so that was why I was making the point on the onset that you need to understand the intersection of knowledge. You cannot operate independently. You cannot say, I'm an engineer, and if somebody is not an engineer, then he's not fit to work with an engineer. And so together with my engineering friends, colleagues, in chemical engineering, in civil engineering, in mechanical engineering, in water resources, and environmental engineering, we were able to craft this proposal to the World Bank on engineering education, led by me, who was from education. And when we were doing that, quite a number of people did not believe in what we were doing until the money came rolling, and they now took us seriously. So it is always good to work interdisciplinary. It's always good to work across disciplines if you want to achieve results. Sorry for the time. getting it? Ernest. Can you go to the first page? Okay. We are there. So my presentation this morning as a keynote speaker is to provoke, thoughts and provoke discussions that will come up in the various presentations that will be made. I was asked to talk on harnessing technological innovations for sustainable infrastructure development. Next slide. As we're all aware, urbanization rapidly increasing worldwide, placing pressure on infrastructure systems. Roads, bridges, energy, water, these are things that we experience here in Nigeria. And traditional infrastructure methods are often resource intensive, inefficient, and environmentally harmful. And so the need for technological innovations, the use of digital tools, AI, IoT, Internet of Things, and sustainable materials and transform infrastructure into resilient, eco-friendly systems. That is to say, with the changing nature of urbanization and societies today, there is need to integrate modern tools into the way we plan and the way we utilize infrastructure that is available to us. And I can tell you that very, very well. Last week, I had the privilege to be in Tokyo, Japan, just last week. And the level of technological development, especially the use of technology in the use of everyday activities, is mind-blowing. And unless we begin to understand that the world is moving fast, and we need to also leverage on these technologies, we'll find that many years to come will be in very, very difficult situation. The Internet of Things is already being used. One very clear thing that, and I believe you are probably seeing elsewhere, is just basic things that you use in the home. That most of them now, you don't have to operate them physically. And so the Internet of Things is making it very possible for us to apply different kinds of tools to make life very easy. So if we want our cities, if we want our societies to grow, we must use tools that are sustainable. So basically, the purpose of this presentation is to explore how emerging technology supports sustainable infrastructure development. Next. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 9 emphasizes this. We are supposed to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive, sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. Anything that you are as a society, as intellectuals, they have to be linked to achieving the SDGs. And whatever you are doing, if you look at the SDG, you must be able to situate yourself within the context of one or two or more of the SDGs. And for this purpose, the SDG that we are concerned about is SDG 9, which has been articulated by the United Nations. Okay? Making sure that we build resilient infrastructure, whether it is roads, whether water systems, or whatever we are doing, they have to be good infrastructural facilities, resilient, and can stand the test of time. That means we have to use different materials that are sustainable and that can last a long time. What is the challenge? Achieving these objectives necessitates the adoption of technologies that embrace resource efficiency, that will reduce emissions and improve the quality of life through digital infrastructure and smart cities, green and circular construction materials, renewable energy integration, climate resilience, and adaptive infrastructure. So for us to be able to achieve the SDG 9 and using technology to leverage on infrastructure, these 4 or 5 pillars are the things that we should focus on. Digital infrastructure and smart cities, green and circular construction materials, renewable energy integration, and climate resilience and adaptive infrastructure. Now, taking them one by one, what do they entail and what do they mean? Digital infrastructure and smart cities. Other than that, we have IoT, the Internet of Things. Sensors monitor energy, water, traffic, structural health in real time. One common thing that we all use here, or we are familiar with, is traffic lights. When you get to a junction, the traffic is telling you, showing you red, you stop. After a few minutes or seconds, it goes yellow, and then it gives you the green light pass. And in complex cities, this is very, very, very important. Otherwise, there are going to be chaos and so many accidents. And so, this is made possible by technology and the use of sensors. We require sensors to monitor water consumption, in health, we require that. I think one of the exciting things, or one of the things I always get excited when I go to Japan in particular, I was there for the second time, is the use of toilet. You know, the toilet sink is not the same like the one in my house. And so I'm always excited when I see the toilet seat with all kinds of electrical gadgets. And you sit there, you touch this, it does this for you. You touch that, it does this for you. You don't have to wash yourself. It washes you, it cleans you. And all you do is to stand up and wear your trouser and go away. So I always find it amusing, you know. You can increase the water level, you can increase the tempo until you feel satisfied that you are clean. So you don't have to use your hand to touch anything. You don't even need to use tissue paper or anything. And as you are standing up, the toilet is flushing automatically by itself. So it's the use of Internet of Things. We have predictive analytics. Here, under AI, artificial intelligence and predictive analytics, we can predict the maintenance needs of things. For example, roads, bridges, health facilities. You can predict and you can determine that this road is going to last for a number of years. I used to give the example, like you were told, I was a Fulbright scholar at the University of Maryland at College Park. I was very young, you know, and I was excited being in the US for the first time. And my story was something else. Because the first thing I did when I arrived there is that early in the morning I'll wake up, we'll try to iron my clothes. Because I came with the mentality that there will be no light. So one early morning, my landlord came and he calls me young man because he's an elderly man. So he said, young man, what are you doing? I said, I'm ironing my clothes. So he said, no. So he held my hand and took me to the basement and showed me a machine. I said, if I wash my clothes, I should pack them, put them here, iron my clothes, it will straighten my clothes. All I need to do is bring my hangers and hang them. I said, okay. So we come with a mentality that things are difficult here. But when you get to places where things are given, then you find that you have different understandings of their systems. The road to our house, the street, Clayton Street, was well tarred. There was nothing wrong with it. Around 3 a.m., I heard noises and movement. I didn't know what to make it fit, whether I was dreaming or something. And in the morning, I came out and I saw that the whole road was resurfaced, brand new. So I went by and asked my landlord, I said, what's going on? I saw that our street has been retarred. I said, but there was nothing wrong with the road. I said, no, that the road has expiry date. And the county will not wait until there is pothole. Once it is expiry date, they are going to do what they are supposed to do. I can bet you if you are traveling from Kaduna to Abuja, whether the road has expiry date. So they have predictive processes to predict things, optimize operations, and extend asset lifespans. Then you have building information modeling. This enhances collaboration using analysis and visualization. It reduces errors and minimizes material waste during construction. If you are constructing a building, you want to optimize, maximize what you have, materials, time, the resources. And digital infrastructure helps you do just that. Smart grids and intelligent transport systems also require the optimization of energy and the use of urban mobility. One of the interesting things and one of the things that I feel sad about in most of our Nigerian cities is the lack of proper public transportation. And I always wonder why it's not possible for our governments to do it. Because if you have effective public transportation, many people may not need to have cars. And because not everybody really needs to have a car. Because it is expensive to have one, it is expensive to run one. But if you have efficient and cheap public transportation, then it makes life easy for everybody. In Beijing, for example, I had the privilege of being there. They have 5 different trains. We are just talking of trains. They have 5 different trains operating within the city, depending on where you are going and your pocket. But it shows that everybody in the society is provided for. The digital infrastructure and smart cities, the Internet of Things. Okay, the next slide, please. Green and circular construction materials. Of course, we are in a world where there's a lot of emphasis on conservation, on green energy, on alternative energies and that. So we have recycled aggregates and low carbon concrete, reduce reliance on virgin materials and minimize carbon footprints. There's a lot of money to be made in recycling. Composite materials, and so forth and so forth. So recycling helps to reduce or minimize our carbon footprint so that global warming is reduced to the barest minimum. And one of the things I'm also very concerned in Nigeria is the use of sachet, water, and plastic bottles. There is a lot of contamination in Nigeria because of the use of plastics. In Kenya, it took them 5 years to transit from the use of leather like we use in Nigeria to paper bags. It was we had the privilege of meeting the man who handled that project, and he gave us an insight into how it was done. Initially, there was a lot of resistance from plastic bottle manufacturers, pure water makers, and so on and so forth. But because they came up with an innovative way of solution to recycling the plastics and making the pure water vendors and plastic bottle makers become part of the company of that recycling process. And they found out that they were making more money in the recycling business. And so voluntarily and gradually, they abandoned the use of plastics and pure water later. So it can be a tough challenge, but it can be done. We also have bio-based composites, eco-friendly alternatives to traditional construction materials. There are many materials that can be used in construction other than the traditional bricks, cement, and other things. And if you see most modern buildings, most of them are not block buildings. They use materials that are sustainable. Then there is a circular economy. Green and circular economy. That is, the circular economy is the reuse and recycle materials to reduce waste generation. We generate a lot of wastes in various ways. But recently, and as you have been following, there are so many ways in which waste can be transformed into various uses. I think it is in Sweden, and I think it's always aired on CNN. You know, they call it the beast. And it is all kinds of waste that is put into that system, and it produces electricity, hundreds of thousands of citizens of that city. So there are many things that can be done with waste of materials through. Then we have also renewable energy. You have solar, you have wind, and you have biogas. Of course, solar is getting traction in Nigeria because of the frustration of, let me use the word NEPA for ease of understanding. Many people now are making efforts to transit solar. So if you go out now, you are going to see one solar cell, you are going to see a couple. So many people are opting out for solar. If you have the opportunity to look at the roof of this building, the roof of this building is completely filled up with solar panels. And the solar panels here are supplying the administration building, that is the Senate building, with power when there is no power. Because it is no longer reliable to depend on public electricity if you want to have some level of comfort, if you want to do serious work. The truth of the matter is that most people who have means are most likely not to be fully on NEPA. Personally, it's been a long time that I've been off-grid. I've invested in solar in my house to the extent that I don't need NEPA at all. And so everything in the house is on solar. Whether they are ACs, whether they are freezers, everything is on solar, 24/7. Because if you want to do, anytime I want to do any work or anything, I'm 100% sure that I can do it. And so the truth of the matter in Nigeria is that if you want to have some level of comfort, you have to be a government of yourself. That is the truth. That is the truth. Because there is no public water supply. So if you must have water in your house, you must have your borehole. If you must enjoy light reasonably, you must invest in alternative power supply, either generator with its attendant cost of well, or you go solar. So at various levels, people are investing. Some houses, you see somebody with just one panel, just to make sure that there is light. There are light points in the house. So we have to continue to invest in that direction. We are gifted with a lot of light, and there is no reason why we cannot aggregate this technology for use. There is wind energy. This is not very popular in Nigeria, but it's an alternative. In many countries, they use energy to generate power. There is biogas, the use of waste to generate electricity. It could be human waste, it could be animal waste, it could be some waste materials, food. All of this can be used to generate electricity. So it is integrated into buildings, roads, and city infrastructure. Remember, we have had proposals on the use of biogas to generate electricity here in AB. And we have even used it to some extent in the hospitals. So these are all alternative ways of generating energy. And the truth of the matter is that there has to always be an energy mix. You cannot rely on one energy source and not be feasible. There's energy storage, microgrid, ensures reliable power supply from intermittent renewable sources. Example is given here on a district in Sweden, which uses renewable and recycled energy for heating and cooling. We also have climate resilience in infrastructure. This is where AI comes in. AI and satellite monitoring, intelligence and satellite monitoring. Now, plots, weather forecasts, farming, weather conditions, all of this can be predicted using satellite monitoring. And detect infrastructure and see how it's working. You can detect vulnerabilities and provide data for timely maintenance. So artificial intelligence and satellite monitoring is very, very helpful to provide data for decision making. That is the design for extreme events, bridges, roads, buildings, engineered to withstand floods, storms, and best waves. We are lucky here in Nigeria. We don't have too many natural disasters, particularly volcanic eruptions. We don't have earthquakes. So we may not be experiencing the kind of challenges that some other countries have. In Japan, if you arrive here, they will tell you that if you are going to be here for 1 week, we prepared for an earthquake. And truly, the last time, not this time, the first time we were in Japan, we had finished everything we were doing and we were at the airport waiting to board when the whole airport started shaking. You know, and we were looking a little confused, but it was normal for them. And we were shown buildings that in spite of earthquakes of magnitude 7.5, 8, those buildings never came down because of the way they were constructed. And so sometimes if you see a building in, say, Japan, the foundation of that building is more than the cost of what you are seeing with your eye. Because that's the only way it can sustain that building. Almost every time they have earthquakes. Then there is, and of course, roads, buildings, bridges, they have to be designed to stand the test of time. And you have to use technology and materials that are good. They're adaptive systems, you have flexible urban drainage, modular buildings, and energy systems that adjust to changing conditions. One of our major challenges in Nigeria and one of our problems with flood is that our own floods, most of them are man-made. We don't have drainages. On our streets, we don't have drainage. Where we have drainages, people have poured waste into those drainages. And so when there is rain, there is no pathway for them to follow. So that is a major problem for us. And so you need adaptive systems to be able to construct buildings, to construct drainages, to use energy systems that ensures that buildings, various systems that you use are resilient. Next slide, please. The impacts and benefits of technological innovations, because we've been talking about technological innovations and, development. One is that it leads to resource efficiency and energy savings. If you use innovative technologies, you can save a lot of money. And you have energy savings. Know that most times now, if you are going to buy maybe a freezer or a television set, you are looking, or an AC, you are looking for a product that is energy saving systems. Now people are using energy saving bulbs, because it reduces energy. It reduces costs. In the European Union, smart metering contributed to up to 3% annual energy savings per metering point and reduced emissions by roughly 9%. That is from the literature. Then, simply comparing household energy use with neighbors reduced consumption by about 3.5%. Implementing Internet of Things infrastructure in schools achieved around 20% energy savings. These are all in the literature documented for the European Union. The benefits of technological innovations also leads to cost savings and operational efficiency, because through intelligence and predictive maintenance. If you know that your system will go bad in the next 3 weeks, you will take steps to address it before it gets spoiled completely, because if it spoils completely, you are likely to pay more in resuscitating it. But if you are able to predict, then you can repair it lesser cost. AI-based predictive maintenance can cut infrastructure maintenance costs by up to 25%, reduce construction time costs up to 20%, and decrease waste by up to 80%. In building management, those of you who are in building management, predictive systems reduce maintenance costs by 30%, downtime by up to 40%. All of this relates to the information and data from the European Union. The predictive maintenance boosts equipment uptime by 10 to 20%, reduces breakdowns by 70%, and enhances productivity by 25%. So when you have, an efficient, innovative technological systems, it can help you to reduce the cost of running a city. It helps you to reduce the cost of running even your house. And it's very necessary that we take advantage of these innovations. Environment and health benefits via renewable energy. Health and climate impact. In the US, for example, between 2019 and 2022, 55% surge in wind and solar generation yielded. That means even in the US, because where our consumption is very high, they are looking at alternative ways to reduce the cost of energy. Now 100 million metric tons of carbon was avoided, 1 million metric tons of nitrogen reduction, and of course, $249 billion in climate health benefits. So because they are applying these innovative technologies, they are able to reduce the cost of many of their systems and the benefits. Grid modernization with dynamic line rating. For example, in Germany, adopting this technology amid 80% renewables saved approximately 4 billion and 5.5% system cost. The whole idea actually is that the use of innovative systems and technologies helps to reduce the cost of maintaining things and running things considerably. Yes. Challenges and considerations. What are the likely challenges, even technological innovations? They come with their challenges. Key challenges to them: instability and unequal access to technology between urban and rural regions, or high versus low income countries. So for us, it's a major challenge. This technology is out there, but sometimes we don't have a system that can sustain. One of the major challenges that we have in this country is the challenge of power. If you are able to guarantee power to Nigerians 24/7, then the creative talents and creative abilities of Nigerians will manifest locally.
CNPQ Sandwich Doctoral Fellow and ICG-EP Doctoral Fellow at the Biochemical Toxicology Lab, Universidade Federal de Santa Maria, Brazil, under the supervision of Prof. Jao Rusha. His research work focuses on the role of natural product in the prevention of neurodegenerative diseases using various model organisms, including food Drosophila melanogaster, lobster. He currently has 72 publications in Scopus with an H index of 24, several book chapters, and 3 patents. He is a member of the reputable local and international scientific organizations and has won several awards, grants, and fellowships from local and international agencies, including Tertiary Education Trust Fund, International Foundation for Sciences, International, among others. So Friday, National Young Scientist Prize in Health Sciences. In terms of human capacity development, he has supervised several undergraduate and a master's student. He is a research mentor under the African Young Scientist Mentorship Scheme for postgraduate students. He has also organized science outreach programs for secondary school students. He is a devoted Christian and happily married with kids.
The next person, the next inductee is Dr. Adekunle Gregory Fakunle. Come forward. Dr. Adekunle Gregory Fakunle is an environmental epidemiologist and a lecturer at the Department of Public Health, Osun State University, Osogbo, Nigeria. He holds a master's degree in public health from the University of Nigeria and a PhD in occupational and environmental health from the University of KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, South Africa. He's a fellow of the European Respiratory System and a visiting scholar at the Institute of Risk Assessment Science University. There in Netherlands, he developed the first protocol for home assessment of indoor microbiome exposure in Nigeria, which was gaining citations and prominence in the world of microbiome. Dr. Fakunle has several awards to his name, including the American Society of Human Genetic Resources Limited Award and World Stroke Congress Young Investigator Award, and so on. In addition, he is the new International Society for Hypertension Emerging Leader of Africa. His expertise is in environmental epidemiology with a focus on exposure science, housing and health, and air pollution. Dr. Fakunle is the co-principal investigator for the Cardinal Project, which was supported by the World Health Federation, and the principal investigator for the Cardinal ATN, study funded by the Royal Society of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene. He has several publications in high-impact journals, with over 1,500 citations and a Google Scholar H index of 16. His career goal is to contribute significantly to reducing exposure, air pollution, improving cleaner air and mitigation, and the escalating burden of respiratory and cardiovascular disease.
The next inductee is Dr. Ogechukwu Eberi Ezim. He's a distinguished senior lecturer in the Department of Biochemistry, University of Port Harcourt, Nigeria, with a strong foundation in nutrition and food biochemistry. He holds a PhD and MSc from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and a BSc from Maduna University, Nigeria. Dr. Ezim has built an impressive academic career spanning over a decade, rising through the ranks from assistant lecturer to senior lecturer. She is widely recognized for her contributions to reproductive biology, molecular toxicology, nutrition, and environmental biochemistry. Her research output includes over 40 peer-reviewed journal articles and 3 book chapters with
He holds chemistry and molecular biology, functional foods, and neurophysical association, Nigerian Association for Microbiology, Ecology, and Recent Advanced Technology Society. He is committed in advancing transdisciplinary research, urgent health challenges, integrating scientific innovation with academic excellence to impact global science.
Next inductee is Dr. Musa Isa. Dr. Musa Isa is a distinguished. Is Dr. Musa Isa here?
Can you please step forward? Dr. Musa Isa.
It's not here. It's not likely here, but it's okay. Not here. So the next person, please.
Okay, the next inductee is Dr. Peter Ifeoluwa Adebola.
It's not open yet.
And the next inductee is Dr. Mojishola Christiana Owosani. Is she here? Okay, Dr. Mojishola Christiana Owosani is an environmental and public health microbiologist and a senior lecturer in the Department of Microbiology, Federal University of Lafayette, Nasarawa State, Nigeria. She earned a BS microbial infectious diseases, microbial biotechnology, and nanobiotechnology. Dr. Owosheni has a quest for a collaborative research and teamwork, and is a resourceful and productive scientist. She's currently the chairman of the research committee in her department and the deputy dean for topical treatment of wound by Sensor Group, Water Science Institute, School of Water, Energy and Environment, Cranfield University, United Kingdom, to co-develop and optimize paper-based biosensors of water surveillance in low and middle-income countries. She has successfully secured several grants and fellowships, enhancing her research capacity. Dr. Owosheni has widely published in high-impact journals. She is a member of several professional bodies, including African Academy of Sciences, Nigerian Society for Microbiology, American Society for Microbiology, Applied Microbiology International. Her career vision is to be a thought research leader, mentor, and an expert in solving the challenges of water quality and microbial infectious diseases while incorporating advanced technologies in research.
The next inductee is Dr. Peter Ifeoluwa Adegbola. Will you please step forward? Thank you. Dr. Peter Ifeoluwa, Science, Abiola Ajimobi Technical University, Ibadan, and recently a postdoctoral research fellow at the Preclinical Drug Development Platform, that is at Northwest University, South Africa. He obtained his bachelor's and master's and PhD degree in the Department of Biochemistry from the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, and where he also began his academic career. Dr. Gola has received several recognitions, including the Canadian Institute of Advanced Research Travel Award and the Africa Oxford Initiative Catalyst Grant. He is a fellow of the Grantmanship and Mentorship Training Program of the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research Foundation. Please clap for him. Thank you.
Currently an assistant professor and former director of digital services at Bowen University. He holds a PhD in computer science and has distinguished himself through interdisciplinary research, digital innovation, and public service. His scholarly work spans cognitive computing, IoT, edge computing, and HCI, with over 30 peer-reviewed publications indexed in Scopus and Web of Science. He has received international recognition, including travel and research grant from Google, Deep Learning Indaba, the IEEE CDPR, Klaus Schirach from Germany, and the Abdus International Center for Theoretical Physics, Bristol, Italy, among others. He was also a visiting research fellow and a young research fellow at the Elsberg University of Technology, South Africa. Recipient of Best Paper and Poster Presentation Awards, Dr. Warindi actively engages with the research community as a viewer and committee member for Global AI Conference. Example, Afrishai Indaba WACB. He is passionate about capacity building and has led policy and training initiative in cybersecurity, digital education, and data ethics. Beyond academia, he has delivered keynote speeches and workshops across Africa and Europe, mentored early career researchers, and contributed to national AI policy through NITDA. His leadership, innovative research, and dedication to societal impact established him as a rising leader in Nigeria's digital transformation landscape.
Thank you. The next person is Engineer Dr. Esther Nneka Awosika Francis. Will you please step forward? Engineer Dr. Esther Nneka is a visionary mechanical engineer, accomplished researcher, and ardent STEM advocate whose career blends academic excellence, practical innovation, and ethical leadership. As a lecturer in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Nigerian University of Nigeria, she has delivered purpose-driven education and pioneering research addressing societal challenges. She holds a bachelor's degree in 2006, master's degree in 2014 in mechanical engineering from the Federal University of Technology, Minna, and earned a PhD in material science and engineering in the year 2022 from the African University of Science and Technology, Abuja. Her doctoral research focused on biomass characterization and polarization for sustainable construction, contributing to green materials and environmental engineering. a registered engineer with Koren, Dr. Anosika Francis has authored over 30 peer-reviewed articles indexed in Scopus and holds a federal government of Nigerian patent, showing our commitment to translational research. Our academic strengths include tribology, engineering materials, and physical metallurgy, consistently achieving high student satisfaction rate of 70 to 80% for our engaging hands-on pedagogy. Our passion for mentorship is reflected in an active roles in engineering forums and conferences, nurturing the next generation of thinkers. She serves as a global ambassador for the Society of Women Engineers USA and is a member of both the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers and Nigerian Society for Engineers, advocating for general inclusion in STEM and shaping policy and education. She has received several awards and fellowships, including the PAMI PhD scholarship in the year of 2017 and 2020, research fellowship in Brazil in the year 2020, and Tech Fund National Research Grant in the year 2022. You're welcome.
The next is Dr. Deborah Olubumi Aderibigbe. Dr. Aderibigbe is an environmental chemist and toxicologist that started her academic journey with a BTech in pure and applied chemistry from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Lautech, Ogbomoso, Nigeria. She went further to get her master's in analytical chemistry from the same institution, was employed as a teaching assistant, and backed her PhD in analytical chemistry in 2021. Her research interests lie in the use of agroforest waste in bioremediation of industrial wastewater containing pollutants ranging from organic to inorganic by monitoring and risk assessment evaluation of pollutants in various media. Is water, air, and food, which is in line with the SDGs 6, 14, and 15. She was employed as a faculty staff in Nigerian Maritime University in 2018. Currently, she is a senior national and international, including Chemical Society of Nigeria, Institute of Chartered Chemists of Nigeria, Royal Society of Chemistry, Society of Environmental Chemistry and Toxicology, American Chemical Society. She is happily married and the union is blessed with children.
The next inductee is Dr. Michael Oluwakayode-One. Will you please step forward? Dr. Michael Oluwakayode-One is a dedicated scholar and a lecturer in the Department of Mathematics at Ahmadu Bello University here in Zaria, with a strong focus on applied mathematics and computational fluid dynamics. Born on August 24, 1989, he hails from Ekirin Adede in Kogi State, Nigeria. Dr. Oni graduated from first-class honors in the mathematics and went on to earn both his MSc and PhD in applied mathematics, specializing in computational fluid dynamics. His research interest centers on fluid flow, heat transfer in microgeometries, such as microchannels and microanode, particularly the influence of electroosmotic effects. His work aims to advance the understanding of micro and nanoscale fluid behavior with promising applications in targeted drug delivery systems, including potential cancer treatment. He is a proficient in programming and mathematical software, including MATLAB, Python, Mathematical, and LaTeX, and is highly skilled in academic documentation and technical writing. Dr. Oni has published over 50 articles in reputable peer-reviewed journals, contributing significantly to the field of applied mathematics and interdisciplinary research. Beyond his academic work, Dr. Oni is passionate about developing impactful research that addresses real-world problems and improves human well-being. He's a Nigerian by nationality and a Nigerian by faith. He can be reached. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
The next inductee is Dr. Suleiman Bello. His leadership and sustainability expertise. He is also a certified data analyst and project manager with proven competence in stakeholder implementation, qualitative and quantitative research and data analysis. His technical skills span field research, advanced data collection methods, FGD, KII, IDI, and analysis using SPSS, and community across Nigeria and Global South.
The next inductee is Engineer Dr. Chikaudi Valentine Anadebe. Thank you very much. Dr. Engineer Anadebe Valentine is an academic staff in the Department of Chemical Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, Alex Ekweme Federal University, Undufe Alike, Ebonyi State, Nigeria. He obtained his first degree, which is Bachelor Engine, Upper Division in Chemical Engineering in the year 2012 from Chukwuemeka Oduwego Chukwuchukwu University, and Masters in Engineering distinction in Chemical Engineering from the same institution in the year 2017 in the field of corrosion science and engineering. He was a recipient of CSIR Tours Fellowship under the World Academy of Science Tours and Indian government CSIR. He did his PhD program at CSIR Central Electrochemical Research Institute, India, in the area of corrosion and material protection. His research interests includes designing of multifunctional nanomaterials for corrosion mitigation in diverse corrosive environments and machine learning prediction. He's an erudite scholar and has published over 90 published articles indexed in the Web of Science. Please clap for him again. Not easy. Dr. Adedebe has a citation of almost 2,000 with H index of 27 and I-10 index of 43. Dr. Adedebe has been listed among the top 500 researchers in Nigeria according to Science via Elsevier from 2009 to 2015, 2025, with Zaria number 2016. Dr. Adedebe was further listed among the top 2% scientists in the world according to the Stanford University UK. He has received many awards, such as Young Researcher Award by Elsevier, ACS, and RCS, Best Paper Award in international conferences. He is a member of Nigerian Society of Engineers and a registered engineer.
The next inductee is Dr. Ifeoma I. Idigwe. An alumnus of Queen's College, Lagos, Covenant University, and the University of Worcester, United Kingdom, Dr. Ifeoma Idigwe is a research fellow, an adjunct senior lecturer, and the current head of HIV testing. She has over 16 years of experience working within and outside the country, conducting qualitative research, counseling, community engagement, training, implementation sciences, and monitoring research ethics procedures. She is a national and international reviewer and a member of the Ethics Committee on NIMR and Services, and serves on Ifeoma has served as and is current. Dr. Ifeoma has served and is currently serving as a co-investigator and an in-country research coordinator, qualitative research team lead on several grants from Emory University, Atlanta Northwestern University, Chicago, University of Chicago, Andrews University, Tennessee, St. Louis University, Missouri, and New York University, New York, the Harvard School of Public Health, Boston, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. She is a consultant with national and international organizations such as the NCDC, ACDC, and private practices. She is APS in-country trainer of trainers, TOT lead facilitator. Through this role, she has trained over 600 health workers in the country. In addition, she has led teams to develop psychosocial policies and protocols for qualitative, social and behavioral sciences research and implementation in the country. She is a recipient of the Director General's Young Scientist and Researcher Award. Dr. Ifeoma has presented at national and international conferences, won several awards as Best Presenter in conference sessions, has over 45 publications, and is among the top 230 scientific authors in Nigeria. She is an associate editor and serves on committees, treasurer, Academic Staff Union of Research Institutions, secretary, International Conference on Health and non-communicable diseases, generics, and adolescent or women's health, research methodology and ethics. She was a pioneer Emory Nigeria HIV research training program trainee and is now ENRTP mentor with the Emory University School of Medicine, Atlanta, US. Dr. Idigwe mentors and supervises MSc and PhD trainees in qualitative research methods within and outside the country. She founded the Form 40 Initiative Ethics in Research Club. Dr. Ifeoma Idigwe is a certified mediator of the Lagos Multi-Door Courthouse and an international online moderator, Alternative Dispute Resolution ADR Point Europe.
Assembled to come forward for the induction. Thank you, sir.
Can I video?
Hereby solemnly promise promote, declare, and disseminate scientific knowledge and serve the academy according to its statutes and bylaws.
Certificates to be given to each of you, and the document where you sign the bylaws.
Hallelujah. Lord Toby, a holy day. Congratulations. Congratulations. Esther Neka, I know she's a Francis. Congratulations. Congratulations. Deborah Olugwemi Deribigbe. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oluwakayode Michael. Congratulations. Suleiman Bello. Congratulations. Chika Odili Valentin Ahmadu. Congratulations. Kioma Virginia Idigbe. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Very much, sir. Thank you, sir. The next is for the exiting members. The next is for the exiting members of the academy. And the first exiting member is Dr. Peter Chukwuzo Okole. Please, round of applause for him, please. Round of applause for him.
Yes, it is worthy of note to see that the exiting members are distinguished members that have served the academy for 5 good years. They are now exiting as fellows of the academy. So congratulations to our president.
Thank you for the addition. Dr. Peter Chukwuzo Okoli is an analytical environmental chemist, public analyst, and a consultant in forensic chemistry and environmental impact assessment. He is an associate professor at the Department of Chemistry of Alex Ekweme Federal University, Undufe Alike, Ebonyi State. An associate researcher at the African Center for Excellence for Water and Environmental Research, PhD in Analytical Environmental Chemistry from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. His interdisciplinary research lies at the intersection of analytical chemistry, environmental process and pollution, environmental forensic, and policy implementation. Dr. Okoli's research is focused on development of low-cost analytical methods for microorganic pollutants, for emerging concerns, deployment of nuclear forensic as environmental regulatory method for efficient implementation of pollutant-based principle, development of low-cost materials for absorption, remediation of anthropogenic water pollution, as well as assessment of food safety of environmental nanomaterials. His research does not only contribute to the academic community, but also aims to influence policy and practice in environmental management, making him a significant figure in the ongoing dialogue about sustainable practices in resources extraction. Through his work, Dr. Okoli continues to advocate for effective environmental governance and the implementation of principles that hold polluters accountable, thereby fostering a more sustainable future. Dr. Okoli's research has been presented in several local and international conferences and published in high-impact journal hosted by S. Springatila and Francis Royal Society of Chemistry and others. A round of applause for him, please. His research articles have attracted significant citations as a proof of his research relevance. Dr. Okoli's research has earned him several awards and recognition, including the Chevron Scholarship of Oil and Gas-related disciplines under the Nigerian SAO term
Principal Joint Development Zone during his MSc program, and towards CAS, the World Academy of Science and Chinese Academy of Science postgraduate fellowship for his PhD. We took him to Beijing, China, where he successfully completed his PhD research. He got a postdoctoral fellowship award with Bello University of Technology and 1 year CAS-PIFI visiting scientific fellowship for assistant professor, which is International Young Scientist category. In 2018, Dr. Coley won the prestigious Towards DFG Collaboration and Fellowship to University Complutense Lader, Germany. Dr. Coley is also a member of the research team that won the 2014 Towards UNESCO Research Grant, awarded to Environmental and Chemical Process Research Group of Redeemers University, Nigeria. He served as a team leader, South African team for a 3-year 2017 NSFC and NRF joint collaborative research grants from China and South Africa, which Dr. Coley attracted his host university, which is Bello University of Technology, South Africa. He also won the Professor K.O. Adebowale Prize of National Young Scientists in Chemical Sciences for the year 2018, as announced by this prestigious academy. Dr. Peter Chukwueze Okolie also won the 2020 round of the prestigious Edfund RFA Research Grant as a principal investigator to develop a forensic protocol for efficient implementation of polluter pays principle. In recognition of his leadership potentials, the NYA members elected Dr. Okolie as the 7th president of the academy in August 2023. Prior to his time, he has served as the Assistant General Secretary of NYA from 2021 to 2023, Chairman of the 2023 Conference Organizing Committee, member of 2022 Conference Organizing Committee, and membership of numerous others. He was recently inducted a Fellow of Nigerian Science Leadership Program by the African Science Leadership Program.
Thank you. The next exiting member is Engineer Professor Cosmos Uchenna Obuka. Cosmos Uchenna Obuka is a professor of electrical engineering at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He holds the following degrees from the Department of Electrical Engineering, University of Nigeria, Nsukka: Bachelor of Engineering with first class honors, Masters of Engineering distinction, and Doctor of Philosophy PhD obtained in 2004, 2009, and 2014 respectively. Prof. Obuka is the Monitoring and Evaluation M&E Officer of the World Bank Africa Center of Excellence for Sustainable Power and Energy Development, is spared University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and is a Certified Monitoring and Evaluation Officer of High Capacity Consultancy Africa. He is also the head of the Department of Mechatronics of the same university, and also served as the Pioneer Academic Program Coordinator of the World Bank Africa Center of Excellence for Sustainable Power and Energy Development, ISPED, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, from 2019 to 2023.
The next fellow is Dr. Akin Babatunde Dauda. Thank you. Dr. Akin Babatunde Dauda is an associate professor in the Department of Fishery and Agriculture, Federal University of Datsima, Katsina State. He obtained his bachelor's and master's degree in agriculture and fisheries management from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. In 2015, he was awarded Tertiary Educational Trust Fund Fellowship for the PhD in Agriculture and the University for Tra, Malaysia, which he completed in 34 months and was awarded a graduate on-time certificate. He earned certificate in agriculture, smallholder business development 23, and rural entrepreneurship in 2022, both from Wageningen University and Research Netherlands, through Orange Knowledge Program, OKP Fellowship. His research focuses on agricultural production system and water resource management, with a great concentration on water reuse system, with a view to limiting environmental impact of agriculture. A round of applause for him, please.
The next fellow is Dr. Abubakar Khalid. Dr. Abubakar Khalid is a distinguished fellow of the Nigerian Science Leadership Program and a senior lecturer in the Department of Physics, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He also holds the position of Vice President of the Nigerian Young Academy. Dr. Khalid has expertise in radiation shielding, calculations, synthesis, and characterization of nanomaterials for electrochemical capacitors and gas sensors. Furthermore, he is engaged in research on the utilization of nanofluids as insulating oils for oil-filled power equipment. Originally from Kano, he completed both his primary and secondary education in Kano. He earned a Bachelor of Science in Physics, a Master of Science in Radiation and Biophysics, and a Doctor of Philosophy in Physics from Bayero University, Kano, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, and the University of Pretoria, South Africa, respectively.
The next fellow is the next existing fellow is Engineer Dr. Kaizan Muhammad Usman. Okay, thank you, sir. Dr. Kaizan is an associate professor of mechanical engineering at the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He had his PhD from ABU in 2017 before his transitioning to academia in 2016. He held key roles at the Energy Commission of Nigeria, the National Center for Energy Efficiency and Conservation, UNILAG, the Standards Organization of Nigeria, and Ashaka Cement PLC. He served as Deputy Director of the ABU Equipment Maintenance and Development Center and a Deputy Director Head Technical Services Department at NASENI. The current registered consultant engineer has led the design and establishment of 3 large-scale and 6 medium-scale industry. He led the development of a novel effluent management system for the Nigerian oil and gas industry. He led the modular ship design and technology transfer position between Nigeria and China, and served as secretary for similar bilateral negotiations involving Azerbaijan, Israel, and Turkey. He was a leader in the UK DECC 2050 Energy and Emission Pathway Project and Presidential Implementation Committee on Technology Transfer. He led a conversion over 200 vehicles from petrol to CNG. Round of applause, please.
The next fellow is Dr. Ismail Ayo Adeodetokun. Dr. Odetokun is an associate professor of veterinary public health and preventive medicine at the University of Ilorin, Nigeria. He is a globally recognized One Health researcher and academic whose scholarly pursuits span antimicrobial resistance, infectious disease epidemiology, zoonosis, food safety, and public health surveillance. A triple alumnus of the University of Ibadan, Dr. Odetokun earned his Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, Master of Veterinary Public Health, and PhD with his doctoral research focusing on the molecular characterization of Staphylococcus aureus in Nigerian abattoirs. He honed his molecular and microbial expertise as a guest scientist at the Federal Institute for Risk Assessment, Berlin, Germany, and currently serves as a senior honorary research associate at the College of Health Sciences, University of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. Dr. Odetokun's research and excellence is evidenced by over 120 Lancet infectious disease, etc.
The next executive member is Dr. Temitope Shobamu. Dr. Temitope Shobamu is an environmental toxicologist with several years of experience in ecological risk assessment and pollution management. Our research focus is on the risk assessment and management of organic pollutants in various environmental media using classic and emerging exotoxicology tools. This is with a view to develop and provide targeted environmental management advice to regulators and policymakers. She is a serial and multiple award grant-winning scholar in environmental research, evidence leadership, and science advice and all policy, including the Rep for Women in Science in Sub-Saharan African Award 2014. Dr. Shobamu is an affiliate of the African Academy of Science, EAS, fellow, the Nigerian Young Academy, NY, member Board of Trustees Society for Environmental Toxicology and Pollutant Mitigation, and advisory board members. She is an ardent researcher with several journal articles and highly sought after as a guest speaker, facilitator at local and international public and private sector, focused on meeting conferences where she has facilitated discussion and engagement on environmental risk management, environmental evidence used in decision making and sustainability.
So at this point, we want to decorate the fellows that we have on the stage. So to His Excellency in decorating them. You have the
Bash by bash. Collect the mic. Collect the mic from him.
Congratulations for a very successful tenure. Congratulations for a very successful tenure. Congratulations for a very successful tenure. Congratulations for a very successful
Remove from the angle.
This one is a jumbo size. Commission.
You was congratulations for a very successful tenure.
Even more beautiful. Okay, you like
Special order.
Congratulations for a very successful tenure.
A round of applause, please. So, thank you, sir. So, we take the next. So, you have to sound.
No, let's wait when you get that finish.
Then sign and sit down. Call on the next bash.
Next is to call on Professor Dika.
Put my profile. You didn't read the for my file.
Next is Dr. Idika Kalu Idika, or rather Professor Idika Kalu Idika. Professor Idika Kalu Idika is a professor of veterinary parasitology at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and an honorary consultant parasitologist at the University of Nigeria Veterinary Teaching Hospital. Professor Idika holds a PhD and MSc in veterinary parasitology. His research interests span host-parasite interactions, parasite immunology, and drug discovery. Step forward. Thank you, sir. Dr. Adio is a compassionate and committed and diligent educator. His teaching methods are effective and all his undergraduate and graduate students highly respect him. He bagged his BSc and MSc in Mechanical Engineering from the Obafemi Awolowo University and PhD from the Department of Mechanical and Aeronautical Engineering, University of Victoria, South Africa. His
Congratulations for a very successful.
The fellows, please, let's come.
Let us finish.
Yeah, finish.
Calm down. You snap a photograph. Let's finish.
I guess the other fellows.
No, I mean,
Fellows, please come.
a round of applause, please.
If fellows come to one line, then we allow. Fellows at last. Mr. President. So after the fellows, inductees, you now come out with dignitaries. President, please stay back with the inductees. Fellows, you can sit down. Take the back lane. Inductees, you can arrange yourselves in twos.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and welcome back from that short break. And the next session is also an award presentation session. And the first awardee is our special guest of honor for today, Excellency Comrade Aminu Abdusalam Gorzo, who is here ably represented by the Honorable Commissioner of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Ibrahim Yusuf Gofar Mata. Dr. Yusuf Ibrahim Gofar Mata. Please, may I invite the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Professor Adamu Ahmed, who is here ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Raymond Bako, to please come forward and help in this presentation.
You join them, join them.
Call the next person.
The next awardee is the chairman of today's occasion, the Honorable Commissioner of Education, Kaduna State, Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo, and the award is to be presented by the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Professor Adamu Ahmed, represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academy. Nigerian Academy of Society this time around. The next awardee is the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Raymond Bako, who doubles as the Center Leader of the Africa Center of Excellence and New Pedagogies in Engineering Education, SMP. And to present that award, may I also invite the Honorable Commissioner of Education, Kaduna State, who is also the President of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo. The next awardee is the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Professor Adamu Ahmed. And to present that award, may I also call on the Honorable Commissioner of Education and the President of Nigerian Young Academy of Science, Professor Abubakar Sani Sambo. The Vice Chancellor is ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Raymond Bako.
Without wasting our time, we shall now proceed to the next item. With the permission of the chairman, I would like to read the profile of the first award winner. Dr. Darlington Nnamdi Onyedike. Will you please move forward, step forward? He is the winner of Professor Friday Okonufua National Young Researchers Prize in Earth Sciences. A round of applause for him, please. Dr. Darlington Nnamdi, you are welcome. Dr. Darlington is a senior lecturer and researcher in the Department of Anatomy at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Nnewi campus, Nigeria, University of Coastal Cyprus, an MSc in Morbid Anatomy from Nadia Zikwe University, and a BSc in Anatomy from Chukwuemeka Oduyegwu University. He has completed a postdoctoral research fellowship in the Clinical Department of Forensic Medicine of University at KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa.
The next awardee is Professor Adejumoke Abosede in Igbo, winner, Professor Kayode Adebowale, Young Researchers Prize for Women in Chemical Sciences.
Round of applause for her.
Professor Adejumoke Aibo is a dynamic scientist, seasoned researcher, thorough teacher, and a sound leader. Adejumoke started her career as an assistant lecturer in Industrial Chemistry Program, Department of Physical Sciences, Landmark University, and rose through the ranks to become a full professor in July 2024. Adejumoke is a committed academia, and this is evident in her many publications in high-impact journals. Adejumoke's research is focused on environmental protection via effective wastewater treatment. A passion for sustainable development and healthy living of our people continuously provide her the drive into the search for effective alternative materials for removal of organic and inorganic pollutants.
The next awardee is Dr. Sulaiman Femi Abimbade. He is the winner of Professor Aderemi Kuku National Young Researchers Prize in Mathematical Sciences. A round of applause for him. Dr. Sulaiman Femi Abimbade is currently a faculty member of the prestigious Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Nigeria. His research interest focuses on mathematical modeling, infectious disease dynamics, social behavioral dynamics, ecological dynamics, applied dynamical system, and applied fractional calculus. He obtained his PhD and bachelor's degree from LAUTECH and a master's degree from Kwara State University, Nigeria. As a treatment to his commitment to research excellence, Dr. Abimbade's PhD thesis was adjudged the 2023 Best PhD thesis in Mathematical Sciences and Statistics by the Nigerian Society of Physical Sciences, and he was inducted among other brilliant scholars into NSPS as a live member. As a young researcher driven an enthusiastic academy, Dr. Abimade has co-authored and published a number of articles in some reputable peer-reviewed journals, and a couple of his research endeavors have been presented at prestigious international conferences and workshops. A round of applause for the three awardees. Now we shall call on the immediate past president in person of Professor Anwar Ibrahim for the presentation. Immediate past president.
Thank you so much. I've been directed that Chairman should also join, sir. Sir, kindly join us, sir. Give Chairman.
This is Professor Friday Okonofa, National Young Researchers Prize in Health Sciences, awarded to Dr. Darlington Normandy AG. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much, Professor Awal. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the presentation. Next, may I invite Professor Obo. Gives us, sir.
This award goes to Professor Kayode Adebowale, National Young Researchers Prize for Women in Chemical Sciences 2025, awarded to Dr. Adejumoke Abosede in Igbo. Congratulations.
Next.
The next award is Professor Aderemi Kuku, National Young Researchers Prize in Mathematical Sciences 2025. And it goes to Dr. Suleiman Femi Abimbade. Congratulations, sir.
Take some good photograph with the dignity.
Thank you.
Vice Chancellor, sir, please join us, sir.
Jim, 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 Jim. Jim, 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 Jim.
Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is to call upon the chairperson of Central Organizing Committee in person of Professor Temitope Onumeya for the vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Nigerian Young Academy, the president, I'd like to say a big thank you to all our special guests of honor, the Deputy Governor, Kano State, ably represented by Dr. Yusuf Ibrahim Ofarmata. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. So, our President of the Nigerian Academy of Science, Professor Abubakar Sambo, we appreciate you, sir, for your time in joining us.
When no man is oppressed, and so peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
It was all a fruitful and I wish us all a fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
Dr. Akim Sikiru, you please come forward. Dr. Akim Sikiru.